Pressing the wrong buttons. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope that you're staying in for the day, for the night, for the evening. Rest up. We're going to listen to some good music. We got War Pigs on the line with Black Sabbath, their opening track from Paranoid. I told you on our Planet Caravan video, first of all, what a surprising track from them. I told you that I wanted to listen to more Sabbath, and so Sabbath we shall have. So it just makes sense on this album to go back to the beginning and listen to War Pigs, which also has Slash, Luke's Wall. So it's going to be kind of two tracks perhaps put together. War Pigs, the name of the track sounds familiar. There's a really big chance that I've heard this song already. I'm not sure. I can't recall it off the top of my head. But I do recognize the name, so I may have heard it before. I'll let you know after we go ahead and listen to it. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump straight on into it. War Pigs, Luke's Wall, Black Sabbath. Let's do it.
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah. darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power, and as God has struck the hour, day of judgment God is calling. On the knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
We got on speed there at the end. All right. I think this is a perfect song. To me, it's undeniably a perfect song. It's a masterpiece in every respect from every musician. Everything that's happening is perfect. To me, no doubt. It's not even a question. There's nothing about this I dislike, I would change, I look down upon. Absolutely not. This is just... it's the perfect slice of cake. So I did recognize the main riff and then the intro singing that he would get into. And funnily enough, it's only because at some point I heard Jack Black singing this. I haven't heard the whole song, but I definitely have heard that part. It's like, and I'm gonna keep on calling. I'm not gonna even try or attempt to do it. But yeah, I've heard Jack Black doing that part. So that's my familiarity with this song, and that's where it ends just about. To me, it's really cool listening to a track like this and understanding the historical value to it. Because, first of all, the riffs from Iommi are absolutely doom-laden, and you can hear where doom metal later on will kind of take influence from this. But if we're taking the roots of this, it's really cool to hear like the blues influence, because you can hear the clear blues influence, but with this particular track, it's really starting to change into something else. And it's not rock and roll. It's really starting to become metal. And it's just really cool because, like, at least from my limited knowledge and my scope, this sound is like perfectly right in that transition between being a hard or heavy blues track and moving into what would become known as metal. And like I said, the intro riff with how long, drawn out, and just sustained that is, that's just classic doom metal. Ozzy, I think he sounds really good on here. Like I said, Iommi, I like how heavy his guitar can be, such as we heard in the beginning. But there's also this really, really nice melodic flow to it. For example, in that riff, while Ozzy is doing his, and can I keep on turning, like that, the rises and the falls of it. But then, even in his solo about halfway through, it's shredding, but it's tasteful. And then the drumming from Ward, I'm loving the fills. I love when bands give space for the drummer to do a fill. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a solo, but to do a fill, but a fill with meaning. You don't fill a space with emptiness. You don't fill a space without purpose. You fill it with purpose. You fill it with meaning. And Ward, in his drumming here, he's packing so much meaning into all of these fills and all the space that he's been given opportunity to fill. That's great. And then Geezer Butler. What I love about old school metal like this is that you can actually hear the bass. You can hear what the bass is doing. And the bass is not just doubling up on the guitar riffs just to make it heavier. Yeah, that has its place, but here you can hear a sort of counterbalance between bass and guitar. For example, at the beginning of his solo, you hear the bass start a new run, and then Iommi jumps on top of that run with his solo. It's just really nicely done. There's a lot of compositional elements in here that are like very, very easy to appreciate from the way they move back and forth between everything. It's very dynamic, and yet it doesn't go past its lifespan. It doesn't try to push past a certain duration. 7 minutes and I lost it. 7 minutes and 54 seconds, and every single second counts, and every single second is made use of here. That's awesome. Really, every single member, there's 4 of them, every member plays their part perfectly in here. I think the lyrics are pretty easy to get on this one. Generals gathered in their masses. I love how Ozzy sings this, by the way. With just the hi-hat going. Great. Just like witches at black masses, evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerers of death's construction. So I like how he's talking about, militaries and generals and how they're beginning to make their plans of war. And he's relating them to this supernatural and typically seen as evil being, witches at black masses, sorcerers of death. In the fields, the bodies burning as the war machine keeps turning death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, yeah. I mean, war is mankind's oldest game. Politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war. They only started the war. That's it. Why should they go out to fight? They leave all of that to the poor. Time will tell on their power minds, making war just for fun, treating people like pawns in chess. Wait till their judgment day has come. Pawns in chess, the first to go out in front, and the sacrificial lamb. Now in darkness, world stops turning, ashes where their bodies burning. No more war pigs have the power, hand of God has struck the hour. Day of judgment, God is calling, on their knees the war pigs crawling. He's saying you guys are going to pay one day. Begging mercies for their sins. Satan, laughing, spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah. He said, God ain't going to come for you. Someone else going to come for you. Because that's apparently who you're... That's your master there. That's who you're working for, apparently. But yeah, this is a really great track. I'm just looking on Wikipedia to see if there's any, behind-the-scenes facts or information that might be kind of interesting. It says that during this time period, this is 1970, by the way, during this time period, mandatory army service had recently ended in Britain, but with the Vietnam War raging, many young men feared they would be conscripted to fight. That's what started this whole rebellion thing about not going to war to fight for anybody, said Butler. I was dreading being called up, the lyricist recalled. So obviously, this song and many others, especially around this time, are very close to home for the artists and musicians who were involved here. Yeah. That's great. Now, I'm trying to figure out, I'm looking really quick, because I do know that this also had the / title Luke's Wall. The song's instrumental outro is entitled Luke's Wall. It's literally in big, bold letters here on the page. I could have seen that. Okay. But what is Luke's Wall? Why is it called Luke's Wall? You got to ask these questions or else you never get answers. I don't see anything. All right. Well, it's a great song anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and all that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the music. Hope you enjoyed myself. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye.